Hey there, this is HanDIYman 007, and in this video, I'm going to show you why this humble monoblock chair is the ultimate gaming or home office chair of all time. But please do watch till the very end because this video is so much more than meets the eye. So take a seat and let's go. When you see or hear the words ideal computer chair, office chair, or even PC gaming chair, what is the first thing that pops in your mind? Does it look like this? Or this? Or how about this? Or this? Or this one? Or even this? To be fair, I used to think so too. But in my journey and continuous research to achieve my own ideal home office setup, I'm always led back to one constant design principle: ergonomics. Ergonomics is the study of how equipment and furniture can be arranged or designed in order for people to do work or other activities more efficiently and comfortably. So while these examples may look cool and fancy, they actually aren't, especially when you use them for several hours every single day, either for work or playing games on your PC. Because the reality is, none of these actually enable you to assume the correct sitting posture. And what is the correct sitting posture? Well, in order for me to show you, let's go back to basics using this humble monoblock as our model. There's a difference in the ideal posture between sitting in front of a computer and sitting down to do something else. For example, in riding a car, you want to be leaning back a bit with your head supported by a headrest. So whenever the vehicle accelerates, forward momentum is counteracted by your leaning the opposite way. This minimizes strain on your lower back from doing work on stabilizing your upper torso. And the headrest is there to keep your head from whiplashing due to either a sudden acceleration or a rear-end collision. Meanwhile, while you are the one driving, leaning a bit back actually improves the angle of your lower torso and feet to pull up or press down against the foot pedals more naturally. There are several other ergonomic considerations sitting in a car, on a plane, or heck, even while eating your meal at a dining table. But these are not the topic of this video. My point is, when you are seated in front of your computer, you need to sit differently. Your posture must be sustainable, because not only are you sitting still while interacting with your mouse, screen, and keyboard, but you are also doing all of it for several hours every day. Okay, but first, I've got to show you this typical computer chair we are all too familiar with. And props to the manufacturer for using mesh fabric for the seat and the backrest. In a previous video, I explained why I think mesh fabric is the best material for a chair, and even shared my secret on how to properly clean one. So if your chair is giving you skin rashes and itchiness, you have gotta click the video on the upper right, or if you don't see it, check out the links in the video description below. Now for the most part, this computer chair design is comfortable to sit on because of its foam cushioned meshed seat. Also, you can and should adjust the height so that your feet are firmly planted on the ground and the back of your knees almost form a 90-degree angle. These two things facilitate good blood circulation at the lower half of your body. Otherwise, if the height is too high that your feet dangle or too low that your knees are higher than your butt, then your blood circulation becomes restricted, which causes numbness on your lower torso and limbs, among other symptoms. But at the same time, there are also two things I don't like about this design. First, the shape of the backrest is tapering outwards, which over time will cause you to slouch instead of keeping you upright. And because of the angle it creates on your upper torso, your neck compensates by craning forward to keep your head leveled in respect to the screen in front of you. It might not look much, but if you sit like this for several hours, it's a sure ticket to sore muscles and even headaches. Second are the armrests. The optimal position when you're typing on your keyboard is when your shoulders are squared and your elbows are at 90 degrees. Sometimes, the armrests are too high that it gets in the way of your elbows, forming that right angle. Some models will have adjustable armrests to conform with the user's preference. Now, this model has fixed armrests by design and are actually necessary to support the backrest. meaning I can't remove them even if I wanted to. Thankfully, the height of the armrests on this one is just right. There's enough clearance for me to drop my elbows at 90 degrees. However, I would prefer not having armrests to begin with, especially if they are not at the same height as my desktop or my keyboard tray, which is the ideal height to support my arms at 90 degrees. In some cases, armrests become a huge inconvenience rather than a welcome feature. For example, if one is horizontally challenged, it may make more sense not to have armrests, so one can fit comfortably across the width of the chair. On the other hand, armrests may become necessary if you are someone who needs to hold onto some support when you sit down or even when you get up from the chair. My point is, whether you prefer armrests or don't, make sure you have the right reasons. Just remember, the topic of this video is all about the ideal office or gaming chair for you. Something you sit on while working or gaming, not eating, not watching a movie, not reading a book, nor resting, while working or gaming for several hours every day. And this is why this classic monoblock design is the ultimate office or gaming chair. Aside from the fact that you can purchase a high-quality one for just 300 to 400 pesos a piece, its simple profile captures all the right angles worthy of an ergonomic chair. The height is perfect to keep my feet flat on the ground and the back of my knees at 90 degrees. The seat is not too deep, which creates a gap between the edge and the back of my knees. And this is a good thing because this allows for even better blood circulation. Compared to the common office chair, the backrest is closer to being vertical, which supports my torso upright and therefore influences my neck to be at a more natural angle. And because the backrest is angled as such and there's no armrest, I can bring in my elbows even closer to 90 degrees if I'm using a keyboard tray. Meanwhile, you might point out, but there's no mesh fabric. And I would say it's fine, because there are plenty of holes to facilitate airflow. So if you're on a budget, the humble monoblock chair might just be the ideal office or gaming chair for you. Here's a little trivia. Did you know that the monoblock chair is often described as the world's most common plastic chair? Inspired by Joe Colombo's 1965 chair Universal, it went into production with Gross Felix Group in the 1970s. There were no patents filed for a monoblock chair design. Since then, millions have been manufactured in countries around the globe. The monoblock chair is named because it is injection molded from thermoplastic as one piece rather than being assembled from multiple pieces. Many variations and styles exist, but all are designed to allow the chair to be made quickly and cheaply through injection molding. However, the only downside I can think of is that this monoblock chair is made of, well, plastic. But don't get me wrong, it is super durable. In fact, it can support 500 to 700 pounds easy. What I'm trying to say is, because the seat and the backrest are made of plastic, it could feel a bit too hard against your skin and may cause slight discomfort after extended periods of time. So, is there a better chair that retains the ergonomic features of this monoblock and integrates some great features from the modern office chair? Of course, like this. And in my next video, I'll tell you more about this and how it fits perfectly to my ideal home office setup. Heck, I'll even show you how to assemble it. So be sure that you're subscribed and have hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on my future videos. This is HanDIYman 007 and you can do this.